OPPO is dropping its new surprise this month of February. I was thinking maybe it's their Valentine's gift for its users, especially for singles like me. Kidding aside, it's the Reno15 Series 5G. In this series, they are having the Pro, a base, and an F model. And in this video, we'll be talking about our experience with the OPPO Reno15 F 5G. I'm your host Earl, and let's dive right into it. Let's start with the design. At first glance, the entire Reno15 series all look alike. I mean, at least viewed from afar, you can't really tell the difference. They all resemble each other, which I think is nice. Why? They all look so premium and their appearances speaks for themselves. Their looks are so clean and simple. The camera island design, I'm not a big fan of, but I love how OPPO is giving this one a moment in terms of its overall look. Our unit comes in Twilight Blue and it's also available in Aurora Blue and Afterglow Pink colorways. The side frames feel very sturdy and it comes in a matte finish, which I do like. As for its back panel, it's in a matte finish too, and although it may be made out of a glass-like material, it still looks and feels durable. Speaking of durability, the Reno15 F 5G has an IP rating of IP66, 68, and 69, which provide protection against dust and water submersion. So clumsy people like me won't have to worry about being prone to accidental spills and dips. Aside from having a strong IP rating, the phone also features the so-called Splash Touch technology, which makes sure that it's still reliable and responsive even when the screen gets wet. The phone may have this durable and strong look, but it's relatively slim, light, and fits perfectly in my hand. It weighs 195 grams, which is not a problem to carry it around. However, I'm just worried about how scratch-prone this one is, especially with its rear. Thankfully, the unit comes with a transparent jelly case, which adds a layer of protection. It also helps us to avoid everyday wear and tear as well. Its front display is made out of Corning Gorilla Glass, offering some level of scratch resistance, so that's another plus point for its durability. For buttons and ports, they are all in their usual placement. The left side is kept clean, while the other side has the volume and power button. Up top, you can see its microphone and the other stereo speaker at the small slit, while the bottom part has the other speaker grill, Type-C port, and the SIM tray slot. Design-wise, I must say this one seriously got me liking the unit. Moving on, if I were to yap on its display and my multimedia experience, there's nothing much to say but mostly compliments. The OPPO Reno15 F features a 6.57-inch AMOLED display with support for a smooth 120Hz refresh rate. Fluidity is one of the things I would like to highlight on this one. Scrolling, gliding, and swiping feels great, especially if you're the type of person who reads articles and novels on your phone. It has an adequate screen size and I like how thin the bezels are, plus it's all uniform. Surfing the net and social media apps made it easier for me, especially when looking for my fashion inspo this Paris Fashion Week. Watching reels and YouTube videos are also a nice experience. The vibrancy and colors are all well balanced, the blacks were on point, and the details are crisp. I've been enjoying binge watching some series and it's really great. You never have to worry about its visibility as it peaks at 1400 nits of luminance. Moreover, the listening experience is another highlight here. As I said earlier, visuals are great and I have nothing negative to say about it. And thanks to its dual stereo speakers, it made the experience more immersive and has a nice soundstage. With its 300% volume, the phone can get loud and still clear, although it does lack some bass. It's not that bad, and its loudness and more detailed sound are good compromises. By the way, the earpiece doubles as the second loudspeaker above the selfie camera. For biometric security, it handles both fingerprint and facial recognition, both of which register quickly. Facial recognition works nicely, no delays and lags when unlocking the phone, even in a dark setting. It's the same case for the under-display fingerprint sensor, which we recommend to use over face unlock. Overall, the display and multimedia experience are really good, and I had a great time with the Reno15 F. Now, let's move over to camera specs. As I said earlier, its camera module design is not my cup of tea. Yet, on paper, it still performs really well. Actually, the design is identical to the Pro version, adding a more premium look than the base model. The OPPO Reno15 F 5G carries the same lenses from its predecessor, which are the 50-megapixel main shooter, 8-megapixel ultra-wide, and a 2-megapixel macro lens. What huge upgrade they did on this new model is that they now have the selfie lens in 50-megapixel, whereas the predecessor had a 32-megapixel lens. As for camera performance, dang, this one is on fire. From its ultra-wide lens to the main sensor, expect great photographs from the Reno15 F. The images have a good balance of colors and details, producing crisp, sharp, and vivid output. From shooting at 0.6 to 2 times zoom, it's reliable in capturing fleeting moments in IG-worthy shots. You can actually shoot up to 10 times zoom, but the clarity won't be as sharp as expected. Macro photography is great as well. It captures the subject nicely and image processing is quick. For the most part, I didn't really tweak any camera setting while taking images since the Reno15 F does a good job at automatically making balance adjustments. Night photography is surprisingly reliable as well. However, in portrait mode, the phone tends to struggle focusing on the subject and turning on the LED flash is unfortunately unavailable. Weirdly enough, using the standard photo mode, even when the night mode and LED flash are turned off, images come out decently. Then again, there's this AI flash photography inside the Photos app, which adds an artificial lighting to help achieve that studio-level portrait quality. For selfies, this one is exceptional in this regard. With its newest 50-megapixel lens, the selfies I took were all excellent. You can actually shoot at 0.6 to 2 times zoom at the front, so taking group photos is relatively easier without having to use the rear lenses. And even at low-light scenarios, no need to turn on night mode and flash as it can process images nicely in such low lighting conditions. For video recording, both the rear and front camera are capable of shooting up to 4K at 30 frames per second. And take note, you can shoot at this resolution while flipping lenses from the rear or front or vice versa. It suits those who love making content and doing daily vlogs. By default, the footage is decently stable thanks to OIS support. And if you turn on ultra steady mode, it will be even more stabilized, but the resolution will be limited to 1080p at 30 frames per second. There are tons of AI tools that you can use in the Photos app that are native in the system. All the image and video outputs are leaning towards warmer tones, and consistency in color tones are also good at this part, even when switching lenses.
Peeps, earlier if you get that, right now we're using the OPPO Reno F 5G and we're utilizing the front-facing camera. It's shooting at 4K 30 frames per second, so here's the sample video of it.
Powering the Reno15 F is the Qualcomm Snapdragon 6 Gen 1, paired with 8GB of RAM and 256GB of storage. I know the chipset is a carryover from its predecessor, but the performance is still commendable overall. Productivity is good and super smooth on the Reno15 F, and jumping from different windows and apps is no hassle. Even when playing games while doing personal tasks, I've never experienced any delays on the unit, at least in our experience. And what impresses me more during my testing and gameplay on Genshin Impact, even when the graphics settings are set in high, the phone didn't stutter and the frame rates were consistent. It has its game booster, which makes the experience more enjoyable. So lighter games like Mobile Legends is just a breeze when playing on the Reno15 F. The benchmark results on this one got good numbers too. In Antutu version 10, it scored around 600K, which is decent already and is capable to run multiple tasks in Windows smoothly. If you're wondering about all the benchmark results, we'll flash it on your screen now. Software-wise, the phone ships with ColorOS 16 based on Android 16, which provides its users with an efficient and optimized Android experience that matches the device's performance standard. Users can change the system interface through various customization features, which combine with the system's smooth animation and polished transition effects. The phone enables users to perform the daily tasks through its multitasking capabilities, which include AI assistants and tools to work effectively on its big display. The device comes with bloatware here and there, but users can remove most of them and redesign its entire appearance. ColorOS 16 on the Reno15 F 5G provides a stable operating system which contains multiple essential functions that remain lightweight for user needs. It's reliable, works smoothly, and can drive daily with your needs. Battery-wise, we see a relatively nice upgrade here. From 6,000 mAh battery capacity on the Reno15 F, now it has a huge 7,000 mAh unit paired with 80 watts of wired charging. Interestingly, in our PCMark battery test, it pumped out a result of 13 hours and 58 minutes, which is quite underwhelming for such a large battery capacity. To be honest with you, I've had the unit with me for a week and it took me about 2 days to fully drain the Reno15 F 5G. So we had it tested as well with our standard video loop test and it got a result of 25 hours and 10 minutes, which is at least close to my real world use. Charging the unit fills the battery quickly and it almost fully charged within an hour. Additionally, the Reno15 F supports bypass charging, so when you're in the zone playing games, you won't have to worry about using it while charging. Connectivity-wise, the Reno15 F covers all the essentials, including 5G, LTE, Wi-Fi 5, and NFC. It also has this AI Link Boost 3.0, which OPPO claims to ensure the consistent network connectivity even in areas where signal reception is weak. Before wrapping things up, let's talk about the price. The OPPO Reno15 F 5G has a starting price of 23,999 pesos for the 8GB plus 128GB variant. If you want to get a higher storage option, it's also available in 256GB version for 25,999 pesos and 28,999 pesos for the 12GB plus 256GB model. Here's our conclusion. The OPPO Reno15 F 5G serves an excellent mid-range smartphone because of its complete range of essential features. The product delivers essential function through its stylish yet strong construction, its efficient AMOLED screen, and its ability to perform well, while its cameras produce images that users can share on social media. The battery life demonstrates exceptional performance during actual usage, while the fast charging feature enables rapid device fill-up. The Reno15 F 5G improves user experience through several essential areas, even though it may not bring any major upgrades beyond its predecessor. If you're looking for a stylish, reliable daily driver under 30,000 pesos and got the previous 13F or older Reno F models, this one deserves a spot on your list. But for those who have the Reno14 F, this one is just an easy skip for you. Now, if you find this video helpful and fun, please like this video and share it on your socials. Comment down below on your thoughts on this one. Feel free to suggest any tech content you would like to see on this channel. Please don't forget to follow us on our socials and visit yugatech.com to keep updated on the latest tech news and reviews. This is Earl and the Reno15 F 5G, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!